eggplants.
RA, you should stay away from eggplants.
Yeah,
So eggplants is good for you, but look, if you have RA,
rheumatoid arthritis, that is. If you have rheumatoid arthritis.
For those people with rheumatoid arthritis, need to stay away from
all the dark shady vegetables, they should stay away from those.
Ah, look at that. So this leads to a question I'm gonna ask you. But even though, you know, we know vegetables are good for us, one of the things that Patrick provides with his consultations is foods that are unique to you to get you into balance. So just because eggplants is healthy, it might not be healthy for you if you're having an imbalance. Just like is okra. Can anybody not eat okra?
Okra the boss.
All right, so
okra have a lot of selenium.
Got it. So okra has the selenium, right? All right. So what about mushrooms? Is there anyone that needs to stay away from mushrooms?
Oh, I like chaga. Chaga is the best mushroom.
Chaga.
But some people have what we call mushroom allergies, so they can use that. And you know, some of the mushrooms are funguses, but it's a good fungus.
Okay.
You know, so we talk about chaga, shiitake, maitake, cordyceps. They're all mushrooms.
Yeah.
And they have dancing mushrooms. You gotta stay from those.
Dancing
mushrooms. Yeah.
Like dancing mushrooms? Really? They got dancing. Wait, what are the?
They got a white mushroom, a lot of mushrooms. A light mushroom. They got a dancing mushroom.
So tell me about the dancing mushroom that you have to stay away from.
That's the one that affects your liver in a negative way, gets you sick.
It's called.
Got all the alkaloids, yeah. So dancing mushroom.
Is it any like subdivision of those dancing mushrooms or?
No, not a subdivision.
It's called
dancing mushroom.
Dancing mushroom.
So what's the one that is giving me party in the bag? That mushroom in the bag.
What's the mushroom that gives you the physiological?
They make you hallucinate and
yeah, that's a dancing mushroom.
Oh, that's what they call dancing mushroom. Oh, okay.
That's the bad guy right there who uses it.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, so that's a dancing mushroom.
Yeah, dancing mushroom.
Okay, why do you call it dancing mushroom?
Because it make you all dance and get stupid.
Wow. So you gotta stay away from the dancing mushroom, guys. So we're talking about the mushrooms that you can cook.
Yeah,
because the dancing mushrooms you can't cook.
No, mushrooms also act as what we call amphoterics. Amphoterics mean that if you have lupus, which is an autoimmune disease, where the immune system is overzealous, overactive, they give you steroids to suppress the immune system. What the mushroom does, it balances back. If it's overactive. If the immune system is compromised, it normalizes it back too. So we call it an immune reservoir plant. It normalizes the immune reservoir.
Wow.
So if I fight against cancers, you know, autoimmune diseases.
Wow. Okay.
For all things.
Right? For all things?
I don't go by that.
Yes. Right? So I said to them, and correct me in my thought process, right? Just because moringa is good, if the nutrients in moringa, or the nutrients and the minerals that's in moringa, your body doesn't need to cater to an imbalance, then it wouldn't matter if you take moringa or not. Right? So.
But the moringa that a lot of people are talking about is not the one that have a lot of minerals. The one in the Caribbean countries is not. Everybody's just hyping up moringa. And there is two kind of plants. One called moringa, and one called morinda.
Morinda?
Yeah, that's the Chinese.
Who does moringa? Does moringa sister?
Yeah, morinda and moringa.
Okay.
So moringa is the one that works on the kidney. But the moringa is the plant that everybody's hyping now. Like, you know, there is a hype noni and, you know, the other stuff, you know, that mangosteen.
Yeah.
And they used to say noni is good for everything, and mangosteen is good for everything.
So that's a hype. That's a hype.
That's a hype. Okay. No, moringa is good for everything.
Okay.
So all I ask people is, if moringa is good for everything, why people still have cancer though?
That's it. There you go.
So it's a way of marketing a plant that don't do what they say it does, and then they make people like me look bad promoting plants. You see, because this plant is good for everything, and that plant is good for everything. That's not true at all.
Right. So what about the people that want to like maintain health? Because not everyone has an imbalance that they could, you know, either have an imbalance or an imbalance that they have yet recognized, something that really impacts their life. So to them, they're balanced, right?
Yeah.
So in that instance, when you have that person that's like, just want to take herbs for maintenance, right? I think those are the people that fall into that category of taking something that's just good, that's quote unquote just good.
Yeah, I don't use herbs.
You don't use herbs?
No. I mean, I don't use them. I don't use them every day.
Every day.
No. I only use herbs when I'm going to do a program. You see, I just try to eat the right foods to keep me well. So I would only do herbs. I would do some tinctures or some herbal formulas for like a month, and I stop.
And then you stop.
I take a break, yeah. Because usually when you do get sick and you want to use the plant, they don't work. If you keep on using them every day like that.
You see, and that's important because people want to get on a regimen to maintain health.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a challenge.
Yeah.
That's a different type of journey. And I did hear of an instance where a person, they were on this regular regimen of taking herbs, and then it didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, their body became too clean.
Yeah, too clean.
You know what I'm saying? Their body became too clean. So it's like, so no regular herb use for you.
I don't use that regular.
But I know you cleanse often.
Yeah, cleanse all that.
You
Every
cleanse
6 weeks, I clean.
regularly.
Yeah, and I detoxify.
All right. So that brings us to the next top question, right? So, all right, guys, for the ones out there that are working for maintenance, great, right? Now we have people that want more information on detoxing, fasting, and cleansing. So detox versus cleanse versus fast.
Right.
Give us like an overview of how you work true detox and cleanse. How frequent would you detox or cleanse?
But you must clean before you detox.
See which one comes first?
Cleansing.
Cleaning before you detox.
Yeah, you
And
must
where does
detox.
fasting fit in there? Fasting fit in
Well,
there.
if you're going on a cleansing program and you're going on what we call a detoxification program of the organ system, of the organ of elimination. So we're talking about the digestive system, is in the bowels, large and small intestines, the liver, the kidney, and the lung.
Yeah.
They are the 4 organs of elimination. So we will concentrate on those. But
Okay.
because we call the digestive system the earth system, from the earth is like your stomach
Yes.
and your intestines, we start there. So it must be that's where everything starts, you know, in the digestive system, in the earth system.
Right.
So we clean that up first. Fasting, I fast, but I only fast for 10 days. You don't have to fast more than 10 days. I would fast
No more
for,
than 10 days.
No. I used to fast for 40 days when I was younger. Now I understand that you don't have to fast for so long.
But if you keep up a regimen where you cleanse and then detox, then you don't have to fast as long.
No, but some people come and say to me, they're on a water fast. Or they have what intermittent fast, I believe.
Intermittent fasting.
When they fast for the day, they eat in the evening time. That's not fasting.
Wow.
So what I do when I'm going to clean, after I clean my system out, meaning that I take a purge, that's what I'm going to call 8-method therapy, purging. You purge. After I purge my system, what we call a washout in the Caribbean countries, then I keep my digestive system empty.
Right.
I don't work it no more. Let's say for 10 days.
Right.
So for the first 3 days after my cleansing, I will only drink water for 3 days. After I coconut water. And after the 3 days, I will introduce fresh juices from a juicer. Because after 3 days, your body starts releasing this toxin called DDT. That your tissues could feed off and kill you eventually. So water fast is a bad fast.
Water fast is a bad fast.
Yeah, I don't do water fast for long.
Oh my God.
Only for 3 days. But some people go and do water fast for 10 days, 20 days, and they get sick eventually because they know better.
Wow.
Because the toxins that their body is releasing, their tissues are feeding off of that. Because they're hungry, they can't eat any food, and because the body is removing all the excessive amount of DDT from the tissues, the bodies have to feed on that, and they get sick eventually, some of them die.
What percentage of the people that come to you do you hear speak about being on a water fast?
A few of them. But then I explain to them, don't do a water fast for 10 days.
3 days?
Yeah, 3 days, and after 3 days, you can introduce the juices now, because what the juices does from a juicer is that feeding your tissues nutrients and minerals. And while they're feeding your tissues all these minerals and all these nutrients, then the body's releasing the DDT via your urine. They pee it out.
Yeah.
But now because the body become hungry, you know, and the body looking to feed off of something. So if let them feed off the minerals instead of the DDT, you see?
Wow.
The technique. You know?
So when you fast, how do you fast? What consists of your fasting routine?
First 3 days is only water.
3 days.
And if I'm in the Caribbean, I drink a lot of coconut water, fresh coconut water for the 3 days.
Okay.
Because going to pee a lot.
Right.
Make it go to the bathroom. So it's flushing my kidney at the same time.
Yes.
Because remember that the blood is you only have 5 quarts of blood. But in that 5 quarts of blood, 3/4 of it is water. See? And remember that the inferior vena cava and the superior vena cava, which move blood from the upper to the upper atrium onto the lower part of the body, and then you have the aorta valve, the aorta that brings the blood from the heart or the kidney to filter the blood. So the kidney, what it does, although you're on a water fast, the kidney retains more water than the kidney lets out. So you have to at least urinate or urine past 2 liters of urine per day.
Okay.
See? But if you drink lots of water, the water is recycled back into the body via the kidney, and then the water is stored in your muscles and in your liver.
Wow.
So a lot of people think because you drink a lot of water, you move a lot of water. Well, that's not true. You retain more water than you remove the water.
So
the kidney is recirculated back into the muscles and into your liver.
So that answers the question. What happens when a person drinks too much water? Is that related to answering that question? Because
when you drink too much water?
Too much water.
Right? If you drink too much water and you have bad kidney function, you're going to retain excessive amount of water.
And what is too much water?
Well, I don't believe in too much water because, like I said before, you can't drink too much water.
Okay.
If the kidney is functioning well.
If it can function well, you're good.
Right, as I said before, because the excessive of water that is retained by the kidney is recirculated back into the system and is stored in your muscles and in your liver. And that's the reason why when a lot of people have liver cancer, then you get big and they got a lot of water there.
Yeah.
But the water is now being released from the liver, you see.
Wow.
And that's why the kidney and the liver work together. You see? So it's nothing about drinking too much water. If you have high blood pressure, which affects the kidney, and the kidney is not removing the excessive amount of water out, then the kidney can send the water to your heart. You get cardiac edema because the kidney is the water organ and the heart is the fire organ. You see? You know what I mean?
Right,
so water out fire. So the kidney control the heart.
The kidney control the heart. Okay.
And the heart is fire, and the lung is metal. Water, fire, burn metal. So if you have trouble in the kidney, you chug the water to the heart, and the heart is not the water pump, so the water to your lung.
Wow.
You get pneumonia.
It's connected.
Yeah, they all work together. You see?
Connected.
Yeah.
And the use of the metals.
Yeah.
The earth elements, actually.
Right. So we say that the lung is metal and the liver is wood. What cut wood? Metal. So if you have trouble in your lung, you have trouble in your liver. If you have cancer in your liver, the fourth place, the cancer goes into your lung.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
But
But they all come from the earth. Because wood comes from the earth, water comes from the earth, fire comes from the earth, and metal comes from the earth.
Yes.
So where's the earth? The earth is right over here.
Yep.
So this is the mother right here. This is the mother, that's the mother right here.
Yep.
So if the mother is sick, the children will get sick too, which is the kidney, the liver, the heart,
The
and the
kidney,
lung.
the liver, the heart, and the lung.
Yeah.
All connected.
Yeah, they're
all connected. Wow. So we just used some grapeseed oil there, and it's important to use proper oils, right?
Yeah, very important.
Coconut, grapeseed, avocado, guys.
Yeah,
Stay on top of your oils. That matters. A lot of people eat healthy food in bad oils.
Yeah,
it makes
bad
no
oil.
sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes no sense.
You know, somebody say I'm drinking alkaline water, but they didn't after the food.
And they can answer the food. Yeah. And you know, alkaline water is definitely one of the trends that people are interested in. And we need clean water.
But they just starting to put this together.
Yeah. So we gotta get balanced. We gotta get it right? So listen, when you come over to Renewed Studio, we give you advice on how to get it right. Okay? Get it right and be able to go home and continue on what you've learned on your own. You understand? So it's about getting the knowledge, going home, implementing it. Even if you're implementing it for yourself solely, for your family, you just do it, right? You go home and you do it. You get the practice, all right? So, other question.